Tamara was just trying to park. But a white cop saw her black family and decided it wasn't their place. This emotionally gripping, true-style story explores what it means to exist in public while black, and the quiet moments of racism that don't make the news, but scar all the same. Watch until the end for a powerful moral. The sun had just started its descent behind the rooftops of Westbridge when Tamara pulled into the quiet grocery store parking lot. She had her mother in the front seat and her two children, Zion, 11, and Ava, 8, dozing peacefully in the back. It was Sunday evening, and like many Sundays in her life, it had been spent between church, a visit to Grandma's, and now a quick stop for dinner ingredients. Tamara had parked toward the back of the lot, near the trees where the shade cooled the car just enough for her mother, who was recovering from chemotherapy and couldn't take the heat. She left the engine running, locked the doors from the outside, and stepped toward the entrance of the store. She was gone less than 5 minutes. By the time she returned, red and blue lights bounced off her windshield. A white police officer stood by her car window, one hand on his belt, the other motioning toward her mother in the passenger seat. Her children looked terrified. Her mother looked frozen. Tamara's heart sank into her stomach. She rushed forward. "Excuse me, what's going on?" she asked, trying to steady her voice. The officer turned. His name tag read O'Connell. His face was unreadable. "This your vehicle?" "Yes." "You can't park here without making a purchase," he said. "I'm about to. I was just inside." He cut her off. "Ma'am, I've been watching. This is private property, and there's been a lot of loitering lately." Tamara felt the weight of his words hit harder than they should have. Loitering? Her mother was sitting quietly. Her kids were barely awake. They weren't blasting music. They weren't causing a scene. They were black in a space they were told was public. She glanced at her kids. Ava looked like she might cry. Zion clutched his tablet, like it was the only shield he had left. "Officer, my mother's ill. We were just cooling the car while I grabbed a few things. I'm not loitering. I'm shopping like everyone else." O'Connell narrowed his eyes. "Don't get smart with me. I'm giving you a warning." The tension in the air thickened like August humidity. Shoppers passed by, some watching, others pretending not to see. None intervened. Tamara felt a familiar burn in her throat, the kind that builds when you're trying not to cry in front of someone who doesn't deserve to see your tears. "You're warning me for parking in a grocery store parking lot. To shop at the grocery store?" The officer didn't answer. He just handed her a written warning and walked away, as if her existence needed regulating, as if being there at all was a crime. What happened that evening wasn't about parking. It wasn't about policies or property rights. It was about presence, about who is allowed to just be, to exist without scrutiny, without assumption, without needing to prove they belong. Tamara left the store that day with eggs, milk, and a reminder. In some neighborhoods, black presence is treated like trespassing. Her children learned that sometimes safety isn't defined by flashing light, destroyed by them. Not every confrontation ends in handcuffs or headlines, but every moment like this chips away at trust, dignity, and peace. We talk about justice in courtrooms, but what about justice in parking lots? Justice in the small moments, where quality is supposed to live. If stories like this move you, if you believe in truth-telling and justice through narrative, hit subscribe, tap the bell, and be part of a community that won't look away. Blackheart. Every day, we share stories that matter, stories that speak, stories that change us.